Hi everyone, so I'm back with another craft with me. This is just a quick simple one, but it's also a design team project for the old design shop, and I'm making a journal cover. I've already got my little signatures together. I'm making a little chunky one, so I've got two. I'll possibly do another one. So with these made, I'm going to make my cover. I'm using this file folder, which is thickish, and then I'm using this and this, and then I'm going to be using some fabric on the spine, which I can't find the fabric, but this is going to go on the inside, and I think this could go, I think it's that way, and then this I will obviously trim it all down, and then I'll split it in half because one side's gone on the front, one side's gone on the back, on the outside of the cover. But first of all, I need to determine what size I need to make my cover. So there's many different ways you can do this, and like each one of these is, actually it'd be easier if I do that, 3 and 5/8. No, it's nearly 3 3/4. We'll just call it that, okay? So 3 3/4. I need a little bit of space as well. I don't quite want it to be 4 because that's too much of a gap for me from there to the end of the cover. So I will do 3 7/8, and then I might try to trim it down. The height wise, sorry, the height of the signature is 5 3/4. I will go for 6 I will go. So this is where you'll get your scoring thing out, or you could measure by ruler and pencil and then just do that. Now I've just measured that and I can't remember what it was. Typical, isn't it, on camera? All right, yeah, so I was gonna go right 3 7/8, which is just shy of 10 centimeters, and I'm just going to score that, and I will want a 1 1/4 inch. Don't quite want 1 1/2 inch, so I'll go for 1 3/8, which is 3 centimeters. Or do I? Decisions. I'm going to go for the 1 and 1/2. 1 1/2. We shall do 1 1/2. And then we will measure that again to the, see, forgot. It's because normally I write everything down. So yeah, it's just shy of 10. So it's like there. And this is where I will trim that off. Now this is obviously a very quick and easy. Did I say 6? See? Or did I say 5, 6? It is 6. Yeah, definitely want a 6 inches. So this is going to be a little journal. Right. So now we have that. Just going to score that. Now the fact that I'm adding other paper to that will strengthen the cover of this anyway. So inside, we'll start with the inside. I need to just trim that down. I'm just going to do that roughly. Just give it a little tear. You can trim this if you like, but I will be trimming it once it's on the inside of the cover. There we go. Hope everyone is well. Right. So that's going to go on the inside. You can use a glue stick. I've had to order some. I went to get some from Asda and they didn't have any. So I ordered some from Amazon, which is coming tomorrow. So you just want to make sure that this is well covered. You could use tape if you want to, or you could put on a wet glue, like a liquidy glue, or Fabri-Tac, whatever it is, whatever glue suits you. You use what's, you prefer. Run out baby wipes as well. Right, so I'm just gonna kind of line that up to there, and I'm looking for something to smush it down with. I've normally got like an, oh yeah, there we go. It's an old card, old NHS card from about, oh, when was that? 10 years ago. Okay. And then we shall trim that off. I'm just going to do that with some scissors. You could also do this with your trimmer or a ruler and a blade. I'd normally let that dry for a little bit before I start bending it around. Right, so I've got glue on there, but it doesn't matter. Let's trim this down. I think I'm going to do this little journal, maybe bird themed. Probably change my mind, but that's what I'm thinking about right now. It'll probably end up being butterflies or something. I've actually started an Alice in Wonderland journal as well, and printed everything off, and then I kind of saw something else and just kind of went off the idea of doing it, but it's all there ready to do when I'm ready to do it. There we go. And I'm just going to tear that down the middle. Right, this is a lovely pattern, and that is from the grey cream paper kit from the old design shop, and this one was called, let me tell you, what's it called? The Floral Paisley. So you know when you get like an old book, and you get that lovely pattern on the inside, that's what that's going to be. Right, so I'm going to put fabric on the middle, so I don't need to cover the middle, but I do need to put glue on. This little tub or stick of glue has actually lasted me ages. Don't know what it is. It's like, I think it knows it was the last one. Right, so there we go. And we will trim that off, and any little pieces keep for decoration. Right, so that's that side, and I know there's not going to be enough there, so we'll have to use the last of this little one. Not overly keen on this one. I'm not overly keen on the ones that I've bought, but it was all I could get, and I ordered 10 of them, so they'll get used. When I say I'm not, it's not because they don't stick, it's because they're ever so sticky. Like I personally don't like the Pritt Stick. Don't know what it is, I just do not like them. I find them are very sticky and gloopy, but it's what it is, isn't it? But it isn't Pritt Stick that I've bought. It's just like, I can't even remember the name of the one that I bought. We'll keep them little bits because they will sure come in handy. Right, I'm just going to go and find that piece of fabric and I'll be back. So there it is. What I'm going to do here, first of all I'm going to put that on there. I am going to kind of ink around the edges. I'm just testing that to make sure it's not too much, just a little bit, just to break up like how kind of white some of it is around there. I will be using other elements, other kits I should say, from the old design shop within this journal. I did show the other day how to do a single signature journal. A simple single signature. That was a bit of a tongue twister. Right, yeah, that's perfect. Obviously it's too big, long lengthwise, but I'd rather that than not enough. So I'm going to use a bit of both glues here. Ugh. A little bit there. All roll on tomorrow with my glue. And the other base glue that I use is the sewing machine. Literally sticks things together, doesn't it, by stitching it. Right, just a little. This is probably blocked up. Nope, it's not. Just want a little bit up there. I am going to stitch around the cover as well. Just always want my cover to be, like the spine I should say, always want the spine to be well stuck down. Here you go. And then I will just place that to about there. Oh, I do want it a little bit more. It's still at the bit though. I still want it a little bit more over. It's because I can't put my head right over. There we go. That's a bit better, I think. I'm trying to line it up. There we go. Look. Please be it this time. There we go. Staying like that now. No, it's not. There we go. And obviously using that type of glue gives you time to readjust. Right, where's my fabric scissors? Oops. Oh, okay, I'm cutting into the card there. Didn't want to do that. Just a sliver as well. Oh, cool. That's okay. That's okay. They can get used for tabs. Right, so I'm going to let that dry for about 15-20 minutes because I'm going to stitch it. I want the glue to be dry before I run it through my machine. Don't want to mess my machine up. So I'll leave it that 20 minutes. This is all stuck to my fingers now. 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever I just said. And I'll stitch and I'll come back. Okay. Okay, so I went a bit squeaky then, didn't I? Okay. All dry, all stitched. Because I can't really see there. I should have wrapped the fabric all the way around, but I didn't, so I'm working with what I've done. I'm going to find the center of, like, from between there and there. I'm going to get a better pencil than that one that's actually sharp, and I'm just going to mark. So a little mark there, and one there, and one there, and then turn it to the side and 6 inches. So I'll line that up with that first line, and I'm going to mark at 0, which is the center, and then at 1.5 and 1.5 because it's a little signature, And then we'll do the same there, line it up with that little mark that I made. It's really hard, like, because I kind of want to put my head right over. Hang on a minute. There we go, sorry about that. So the back of my head then. And then this one here. There. Okay, I can erase them away in a minute, but ouch, I just stabbed myself. You can use a thick, like, darning needle or an awl. I do have one, I'm not overly keen on it. Okay, so I'll do it how, you know, I kind of feel comfortable doing it. So I'm just going to pierce my holes. I haven't made my middle signature yet. It's just going to be writing paper, but I'll do that. Okay, and then that just rubs away. Okay, so set that to one side. Now obviously none of this is decorated whatsoever, and I'm just going to find the center. Make sure your pages are where you want them, and you can clip it, but I'm not going to. And I'm just going to go in, just need to move things out of the way. So that would be the center point, and just mark, and then at 1.5 and 1.5. Alright, how do I want that? Let me see. I kind of want that down a little bit. I have no idea. Well, I think I have actually been printing stuff out whilst I was waiting for the fabric to dry. I printed out some birds and butterflies, like all from, it's the Shabby bird collection, and then it's the botanical butterflies, Shabby butterflies, and something else, can't remember. Just bits and bobs, all from the old design shop. I will I shall list everything when, obviously, when I've finished the journal. So I'm also, whilst I've been in here today, I'm watching a new thing on Netflix called Hostage, and it's actually quite good. What episode am I on? 4? I don't know how many episodes there is, but I'm on 4. I did actually start it last night and fell asleep, as I normally do, but it's really good. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Right, let me go and get some papers for the middle. So there it is, my middle signature, which is just a mixture of coffee dyed papers, just squared, lined, and plain copier paper. I've marked that, and I will sew these in. I'll do that on camera for you. What do we want? Do we want brown or white? I think I'll go for white. So this is my wax linen thread, and I also add more wax to it. Excuse my squeaky chair. Ah, there we go. Thread that through, and I always try and do, like, when I stitch, I'll start from my back, the back corner, so that when I finish, I always know where I finish, so I know where my front is. That's if I'm paying attention. Right, so I've moved all these around, not on purpose, but so I need to just feed them all through. Perfect. Right. Yep. Front papers are all lined up. Go in the middle. You can go then go down the bottom or up the top. Either way, it's going to work out the same. And what I've decided to do is I'm going to keep this all one big video. So this will be the first section of the video, and you can go in the top if you want and then go around, but I like to go in the middle, just my preference. And try not to let the needle go through the linen thread and like split the fibres up, or thread, whatever. There we go. Okay. Yeah, then I'm going to show you it. I'm not going to do all the decoration, but once I've like put in all my pockets, tuck spots, etc., maybe some stamping, whatever, I will then show you what I've not the process, but how far I've got, and then right at the end it will be a flip through of what I filled it with, and yeah, just keep it all one video. Right, so that's that. Now we're going in with the middle one. Let me just see here. Oh, there we go. Cool. Right, that's super duper. Again with some more, whoops, linen thread, which seems to be just doing its own little thing. Whoops, now just hit the camera. I may sit and just do, can't see. I've got glasses on. Oh dear. It's not like that's a tiny like eye in that needle, it's a big massive one. Yeah, I might sit and do most of this evening. Keeps me out of trouble. Keeps me off the wine. Alright. I think I explained in my last video, or like craft with me, when I was making the single signature journal. I hate this part. I hate sewing in the signatures, but you know, it's got to be done, isn't it? So I love cooking and I love eating, but I hate doing the washing up. Do you know what I mean? Okay. There's always something that you don't like about an activity. And I do have to eat as well tonight, so I'm gonna, once I've done this part of it all, that won't go in, I can't see. I'm gonna go make something to eat. I might have something healthy. I I'm just leaving them like long at the moment. I might trim that down a little bit because it's a bit excessive, isn't it? Right, so then the third one. In with the wax linen. And this part's nearly done. Yeah, because when I moved it, it's moved all the papers around. There we go. Typical, isn't it? There we go. I'm just going to find the hole. It's amazing I can actually see that. So I'm just concentrating here, that's why I'm not talking. I think actually sometimes doing these videos and like, you know, with me talking all the way through and not speeding it up, you know, it will then give you like the real time it kind of takes to do these things, apart from the 15 minutes that I had to wait for that to dry. So add that onto it at the end. You speed something up and it's like 3 minutes long or 5 minutes long, you think, wow, that's quick, I do that, and then you sit an hour later thinking, why did that only take her 15 minutes? It was because the video has been edited and fast forward. There we go. Because this part of it does take time. Right. Oh, and I took that off before I fed it through the other bit. There we go. Just make sure that's all tight, and then just tie it like in a double. And we'll just keep all that there. I'll take that bit off. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing for the front of this yet, but you'll see eventually. So yeah, that's like the first part of making a journal process, and then I will do the next part of this video, which will just be a continuation of this, will be showing you what I've done with pockets and tucks, and then, well, I'll talk about that when I get to it. So I have decorated this with just little pockets and just layered up some bits and pieces that was in my stash already. Got a sticker on there. Here I might just put some squared paper on there with maybe a little sticker or a stamp. We've got a butterfly pocket here. I will add some tabs onto there. We've got another pocket here. It's just very simple. I mean, that's just what I've done so far. And that's opened behind there. Let's show you that. Open behind there, and we've got a pocket here. So it's very much birdie, butterflies, bit of nature. Maybe do some stamping. Another pocket there. As you see, I haven't done any stitching. I've got a tuck there. I've got a pocket there. Maybe put another pocket in there. I've just popped that one there. And then here with these, I've just put them on as tucks, but I've left them, I've got a lot of little bits ready to carry on decorating with and whatnot. But, you know, I can just simply put something in there, or a couple of things in there. That's the middle signature, which is just coffee dyed papers, and I'm keeping it like that. Another tuck there, pocket here. Pocket there, might put butterfly on there. So that's how, like, quick and easy. Well, this is a double pocket actually. There and there it says birds and berries, and then we've got the birds there, and pocket there, a flip, and oh, actually this is a flip up with some lined paper, and a flip out. Little pocket there, pocket here, then I put on there that, and then we've got a pocket front, well that's back obviously, and there as well. So now I'm going to go and make up some tags and stuff, and I'll show you that when I'm done. So I'm just going to make a few little tags and things just to pop into the journal, and this was a scrap piece from something, from what I'm working on. Big pile to the left of me. It's got lots of stuff there to play with. So I'm just backing that onto coffee dyed paper. I don't have my glue sticks, so I'm using like tacky glue. They didn't turn up the other day, and they're not due till the 27th or 28th now from Amazon. That will be the last I use them. Anyway, back to this. So I'm just inking up around the edges. I'm using elements from some of the kits that I've printed off for this design team project, and I will, everything will be linked below, so you can go check it all out. The butterflies are from like the Shabby butterflies, and obviously I've cut them out, and I'm just gluing that on. But I just want the wings to be like not glued down, and then the little like numbers and things that are on the butterfly like labels, obviously I'm using them as well, just to pop onto the journal. So this next little piece was like a piece left over from the inside cover, and I thought I'm going to do a little like over the page hugger. I don't know what you want to call it. Anyway, and again just using the bits that I've got from the kits and just decorating them how I please. So now I'm just going to put another little bit on the other side. And I do mention this later on as well when I do the flip through, that kind of wish I'd done that as like a hidden paper clip, but hey ho, that's how I done it. I actually could go back and do it, but I'm not gonna. And another little butterfly. So I printed like two pages to one sheet, and I'm just trimming that down. I'm just going to make a couple of tags out of these as well. So in with the frames again. I can't remember what they're called, but as I keep saying, it will be linked below. So I've done a little bit more decorating. So you've seen some of the pockets that I put on. So I've put some squared paper on that you can write on, and I've just done a little bit of stamping. I've added some tabs there and added a tab on there because I didn't have one on there. See, this is, I kind of go backwards and forwards with my journals. I don't go from start to finish. I do certain things, like as you've seen, I put it all together, then I'll do the pockets, then I'll decorate some pages, like by doing this, some stamping, maybe some stenciling, adding some stickers, just depends on the mood. I think I showed you that. Pop that pocket on because I didn't do that. Got gluey fingers. That's just that middle section. Tabs, some more squared paper. You can find that in my coffee shop. And pocket, showed you that. And another one of those. And I think that's that. So I'm just going to show you some of the things that I've made. I have put a video up already as a part 1 to this because obviously this is a design team project. So made these tags. These are little these from, oh, what kit's that from? Let me have a look. It's one of the ephemera neutrals. Nope, can't remember what it's called, but I will link it below. It's not the Grungy ephemera. It's not that one either. I'll link it below. I'll link them all below. And obviously I've just popped some stickers onto them. And then that was a bird sticker, so I popped that on there. Another sticker here. And one there. These are from the old design shop as well, and I've just simply backed them onto some coffee dyed papers. Simple tags. Another simple tag. These were the ones that I done on my my part 1 to this. So made a tag. This is an hang it over the page. Made that on the video as well. Just back these and pop some stickers on there. Made that in the tag craft with me. Just pop some stickers on there. Just realised that that's the same sticker, is it? I think it is, but never mind. Made that in my part 1. So that's a good selection to get started with. Now the next part of this video will probably be me doing a from beginning to end flip through of me completing this, and I will obviously talk through that part when I get to it. So I have completed this journal now. Added a few bits that obviously will be a little bit of a surprise when you see the flip through of this. If I'd have done this start to finish and done absolutely everything, a video in hours is just way too much for my little brain to handle. So I hope you've enjoyed this craft with me process video, because obviously I didn't show everything, but I do hope you've enjoyed it. I am going to do a separate flip through of this because right now I am going to just play some music and do a flip through, and I will obviously do another one where I'm talking all the way through. So I hope you enjoyed the flip through of this. I am going to list it. I know there's big issues with well, anyone sending anything to the US at the moment because of the change in tariff, which is taking effect on the 29th of August. I've got information below about like how much the tariff is, but it's over $100. I don't actually sell that many journals that would actually be over $100. So it probably actually really won't affect me. I've been doing so much research in that as well. So I will put that in, but it won't be shipped out until any time after the 29th of August. It's just so that the catch up or something like that obviously from previous to the 10% from the UK to the US to after it. I can use every, and if I do use every, I could send it like now if I wanted to, and it would be I still believe there's a 10% there will, well, obviously if it's over $100 there would be, but this isn't going to be over $100. But if I do send it with every, it will be tracked and it will be insured as well. So I'll have the information below. Please check out everything that I'm going to list below that I used here, and the Old Design Shop have a 10%, they actually have a 50% discount over on the shop, so go take a look at that. That will be linked below as well. So yeah, and if you enjoyed that, it'd be great if you give me a thumbs up, helps my channel, and leave a comment, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye.